Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego here in beautiful Florida. It's 82 degrees. It was a sunny day today at 6 p.m. Central Time, US, and we're starting the live stream, the K1 Visa live stream, where you get all this free information about green cards, K1 visas, tourist visas, and spousal visas, the IR1 and the CR1 visa. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice at all. Zero. No legal advice. I don't work for USCIS. I don't work for any of these companies that charge you a lot of money, okay, to process a simple green card application or a simple K1 visa application. It's easy to do, okay? It's very easy to do. You just got to be patient. And if you hang out with us, Karina and I will. Karina is not going to be on this live stream, okay? She will be on the next live stream. Our cat Tokyo, which was like a son to Karina. Karina raised Tokyo from a little baby in Bogota, Colombia, rescued him from the streets of Bogota, and basically Tokyo was Karina's companion while I was in Florida waiting for her K1 visa to get approved. So, when I was in Florida, Karina was with Tokyo in Colombia, in Bogota. When I was and then I lived in Colombia for 2.5 years, and I was with Tokyo, our cat from Colombia. We brought him from Bogota to Miami, drove him up here, and he made this place his home. Well, he went out into the garden with his friend Rambo, another cat, and apparently he must have ate some real toxic plants. He ate some flowers in Florida can be really toxic to animals. And Tokyo didn't know. Tokyo had no clue, and so we ate these plants, and he got very sick. And he was sick for like 2 or 3 days, 3 or 4 days. We were looking at him at the house, and Karina said, "We got to take Tokyo to the veterinarian," which was a good idea. So we took Tokyo to the veterinarian, and the veterinarian drew his blood, did an X-ray, did an investigation, and said that Tokyo's blood has no platelets in it. He's not making platelets in his blood anymore. His blood is highly toxic. He must have eaten something that was bad for cats in Florida, and there's a lot of plants that are bad for cats. And the doctor said we can put him in the hospital, but it doesn't look good for Tokyo. We can hospitalize him, or we can medicate him at home here, and maybe he'll last a few days more. We don't know. So I had to make the decision to, put Tokyo down. So it was tough. Karina's not on the live stream today. She's still in mourning for the cat. Okay. So that's why Karina's not here. But she'll be here Saturday. She'll be here on the next live stream. But today, she couldn't do it. Because Tokyo used to sleep by the door here. When we were doing the live stream, Tokyo would just lay at the door and wait for us to get done with the live stream. He wouldn't bother us. He wouldn't scratch the door. He would just wait for us to get done with the live stream. And then when we get done, we get up and Karina would open the door and Tokyo would be laying on the floor waiting for Karina. So I had to make the very tough decision to put Tokyo down. And I told the doctor, I'm making this call. Karina, there's no way Karina can make that decision. Okay, there's no way. So I told the doctor, let's send Tokyo off to heaven. And that's what we did. So Tokyo is no longer with us. He was part of the family. He still is. He's still part of the family. Okay. So I asked to have him cremated, and that's what we're going to do. We're getting him cremated, and he'll come back home in a beautiful cat box, like a cherry wooden box for the cat. So he's always going to be with us. And then the doctor said they'll take a paw print of Tokyo. They'll take his paw print, like in plaster cast, as a memory. Okay? So we have no more Tokyo. And Karina is no way Karina can sit for this live stream right now. She can't sit for this live stream. So I'm going to tell it. I told everybody what happened. And that's what happened. We just got to get through it. Tokyo's in heaven, and his friend Rambo, the cat that hangs out in the backyard, he's waiting for Rambo to come and play, but Rambo's not coming out to play anymore. He's up in cat heaven. So anyway, let's get on with the live stream. If you have any questions about K1 visas and green cards, let's move on. Let's get going. Okay? Tokyo is good. Tokyo's not suffering anymore. I mean, he was hurting. He had so much toxins in his blood from whatever he ate in the yard. It was slowly killing him. Okay? So I made the decision to put him down. So now he's with his cat friends in heaven. But this channel is, you all familiar with Tokyo, and you love Tokyo just like we do, but he is no more. Well, he is. He's not here on planet Earth, okay? But he is with a better place. So let's get some questions going. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I just wanted to let you know what happened to our beautiful cat. Paulino Gomez. Hi, Diego. Can you explain how to apply for the I-765 and the I-131 online? Well, you don't. I have to send the package to the USCIS with the I-485 and the 864 first. You don't do anything online for a green card application. You don't do anything online with a green card application. You don't. The I-131 is irrelevant. Okay? You have to put the I-765 in with the green card package, and it's all included in the package, and you got to mail it. So whatever state you live in, wherever you live, I can tell you the address where to mail your green card application, but you don't do anything online for a green card application. That's not correct. So your question is, I have to send the package to USCIS with the I-485? Yes. Yes, you do. And with the I-60, no. Look, Paulino, when you apply for a green card, okay, you include the 485, the 864, get a medical exam done, a 693, and vaccinations recertified, redo the medical exam, include the I-94, okay, the marriage certificate. There's a lot of things you got to include in a green card application. The 485, the 864, and if you want to get a work permit, you include it with the green card application. You don't send it separately. And you don't mail the I-864 separately. Okay? All those documents are filed together at the same time to USCIS. So wherever you live, okay, there's that, wherever you live in the United States, if you don't know where to mail the green card application, I'll tell you if you tell me what state you live in. But you don't separate anything, Paulino. The 485, the 864, if you want to get a work permit, that's fine. It gets all included in the one package. But don't forget, if you apply for a work permit, it's going to be more money. It's $1,440 for the green card and the biometrics, okay, per person. That's not kids. That's just for K1s. $1,440. If you want to get a work permit, you pay more for that. Now, right here, the I-131 is I'm trying to see here because you don't include that in your green card application. I don't know where you keep coming up with this I-131. Let me see something real quick. That's got nothing to do with the green card application. The only forms you file is the 485, the 864, repeat the medical exam with the civil surgeon authorized by the State Department, repeat the medical exam, okay? Include the I-94, the marriage certificate, etc., etc. But you don't do anything online for a green card application. It's all done via FedEx, UPS, or DHL, okay? Paulino, tell me you understand what I just said. The I-131 is irrelevant. What's that going to do with the green card application? If you want to bring mom to the United States in the future, that's a family form. 1 second here. You got the I-864, 765 is the work permit. Okay, I don't know where you're coming up with this I-131, unless it's unless you want to get advanced parole. You can include that too. But you don't. Nothing happens online with the green card application. Nick Guzman, good evening. Question: is it valid to send 2 money orders to total amount? In this case, adjustment of status is $1,440 since there's a K1 limit at the post office for money orders. Thank you. Rest in peace, Tokyo. Yeah, Tokyo's in heaven right now. He survived this. He survived Colombia, but he couldn't. So he didn't make it through he ate some flowers in the garden that were toxic to him, and it killed him. It's very sad. So Karina's not on the live stream today. She can't do it. When you pay for your green card application, you write a check, a personal check, or you get a cashier's check. You don't use money orders, Nick. You don't use 2 separate money orders for a green card application. You write one check, that's a personal check, for $1,440. Or you get a cashier's check for $1,440, made out to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security with no abbreviations. You don't use a money order for a green card application. The maximum you can get a money order for, I think, is $1,000 anyway. You do 2 ways: cashier's check or personal check. Don't use a money order and don't use a credit card. Okay, don't do that. You're going to get in trouble. It's going to set you back. It's going to create problems. Kayur, I didn't receive work permit yet. We had biometrics on May 1st. So May, June, July, August, September, October. So it's been 5 months. That's kind of a long time. I would be inquiring about your work permit. I would send an inquiry. Where's my work permit? It's been 5 months. Because it takes 6 to 9 months to get the green card. So you should have got the work permit already. You had the biometrics already, so you're in your K1, your green card application is being processed. It's just taking too long. You need to find out what's going on. They didn't forget about you though. They got you in process. Camille 1, hi Diego from Boston. How are you? I'm good. Just checking in. Well, we're glad you're checking in with us. Come on, hang out with us a little bit. Carlos, I will be flying to Medellin soon. That's in Colombia. And then we will fly to Bogota, Colombia, and spend 20 days until we get our visa. Carlos, you get a Mountain Dew salute. Carlos, super. Medellin, the city of eternal spring. I've never been to Medellin. Karina has been there. She went there for a vacation, and she loved it. But I've never been there. But it sounds like, Carlos, you got everything planned, and everything's going to roll out, and then boom, it's all done. Jay Baxter, good evening from Oklahoma. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Karina, not so good, because her beautiful cat, Tokyo, passed away. I had to make the tough decision to have him put down because he was very sick. He was very, very, very sick. I couldn't fix him. The doctor said she can't fix him. She said he had about a week to live. I said, what do you mean he's got a week to live? Well, his blood is toxic from what he ate in the garden. I said, no. I said, put him down. I'm not going to have him suffer at the house for another week. Put him down. So I sent him to heaven. Paulino, do you know how long it is taking to get a green card? It's like 6 to 9 months to get a green card right now. As of October 2nd, 2024, it's 6 to 9 months to get a green card. Easy E, Diego, I'm so sorry about Tokyo. Yeah, we are too. It's like Karina's, it's like her kid, her child. May he rest in paradise, and please give my regards to Karina. I will do that. She's watching the live stream, okay? She's watching the live stream on her iPhone or on the television, but she's watching. But she cannot be here. She just can't do it. Not today. Saturday, we'll see. But I think by Saturday, she'll be okay. Carlos, our plan was to get married at the courthouse in St. John's Courthouse since Jax doesn't do it. Okay. We decided to get married in Las Vegas and at one of those Elvis Presley wedding chapels. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Elvis is leaving the building. Elvis Presley, one of the founder of rock and roll. He's the king of rock and roll. Would you agree? Elvis Presley. And Michael Jackson is the king of pop. All right? Elvis Presley's the king of rock and roll, and Michael Jackson is the king of pop. But I'm going to give a Mountain Dew salute to Carlos. He's got it all planned out. Everything's moving along. Now remember, Carlos, remember, keep all the evidences of your wedding, your plane tickets, everything you do, you got to hold it and save it as evidence for the green card application. And then you're going to hold that information and keep it for the 10-year green card application. You're going to reuse that information, that evidence, okay? Guys, whatever you do when you get to America, when you get married, when you go on a honeymoon, whatever you do, you go on a vacation, you take a weekend retreat somewhere, you keep all of this evidence because you're going to need it for the 10-year green card. Just because you got a 2-year green card, just because you're fixing to apply for a 2-year green card, the process doesn't stop until you become a U.S. citizen. Okay? Let me see. Gold Dragon. Oh no, Tokyo. May he rest in peace. Tokyo was sick for about 3.5 days. He wasn't doing good. I watched him very closely. I didn't think he was going to make it, but I didn't tell Karina my opinion. I let the vet make that decision. So I took him to the veterinarian, and the veterinarian drew his blood, took x-rays, checked him out, and said, he's just very sick. He needs to be in a hospital. I said, is he going to make it? She didn't think he was going to make it, even in a hospital. Can we take him home and give him medicine? She said, you could, but maybe he'd only make it a week. I said, no, I'm not going to have him suffer another week. I want him to go to heaven right now. So I had to sign a release form to put him down. Okay, Kaor, continue from my last comment. We did call them for my work permit, but they said it's within the time frame. Oh, that's crazy. And if you want to expedite, prove us your financial loss and show employer wants to hire you. Well, I don't see a financial loss. Why would you have to prove a financial loss? You're not working, so money's not coming in. Surely that's a financial loss, right? But you don't want to prove a financial loss because then your green card may be put in jeopardy. Okay, because when you come to the United States and you file the 864, the affidavit of support, the sponsor is supposed to be making enough money to take care of the beneficiary until the green card comes in. You never ever want to show a financial loss to immigration because that puts your green card in jeopardy. So what I would do is just wait for the green card, wait for the work permit. Don't respond. Don't send in a financial loss statement. Don't do that. But what you could do is show where an employer wants to hire you. Say, look, I got this job offer, but I can't go to work because I don't have my work permit, and send that. But never tell immigration you're having financial problems because that's a big red flag on your green card. Listen to me, guys. Okay. Also, we asked them about green card, and they said it would take 16 months. No, it's not going to take 16 months to get a green card. Probably about 9 months. Carlos, we will make sure to get pictures with Elvis at our wedding. Yeah, for the adjustment of status packet. There you go. But you got to get lots of pictures with other people, not just the two of you. So when you're in Las Vegas, get a group of people together, go into a restaurant and say, hey, we just got married. Everybody's going to come around and congratulate you. Get a picture with that group. Immigration don't want to see pictures of you together. They want to see a few, but what they want to see is group pictures with family and friends and stuff like that. That's what immigration is looking for. Anybody can do a selfie. Let's see. It's not going to take 16 months to get the green card. That's ridiculous. That's not true. Girl Dragon, I really love that cat. Yeah, Tokyo was Karina's child. You know, Tokyo would greet her and talk to her, and only Karina could understand what Tokyo was saying. When Tokyo was speaking, only Karina knew what he wanted. I couldn't understand what he wanted. But the cat would meow something this way, or whatever. Karina knew what he was saying. I don't know how she did it, but she knew exactly what Tokyo was saying, so she would go and get this particular treat for him, or she'd give him this kind of food, or she'd get this for him. She knew what he was saying. You know, Karina's devastated. So she's not on the live stream today. She's watching this from back there. She's not going to be here today. She'll be here with us on Saturday. Chris and Emma, Diego, system has changed with DS-160, which is a Department of State Form 160. September 27th, submitted the form. Emma has filled out the form and gotten the confirmation number. She is confused about submitted to pay an interview date. You go into U.S. travel docs. If you have a case number and they're asking for a case number and you've paid the visa fee, the consular fee, and you've submitted the DS-160, you go into U.S. travel docs, go to the country you're trying to set up the embassy interview at, and then start the process. You filled out the form, got the confirmation number. That's the DS-160. You got to print that. You got to print the DS-160, okay, confirmation pages. She is confused about the submitted to pay an interview date. Well, use your credit card. This is when you can use your credit card. Use your credit card to pay for the consular fee. Okay? When you pay for your K-1 visa application, use a check or a cashier's check. When you pay for your green card, use a check or a cashier's check. When you pay the consular fee, you can, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, you can use your credit card. Okay? I did. I used my credit card to pay for Karina's visa interview. Well, not the interview, the paperwork stuff. But when I filed for the K-1 visa, I wrote a check. When I filed for the green card, well, Karina filed, she wrote a check. Okay? She has printed the paper. That's the DS-160 confirmation page. She will need that. Okay? She needs that paperwork. Chris and Emma, where do we go to get the date and pay the visa fee? In U.S. travel docs. You should have got an email from the embassy giving you directions, the packet 3, packet 4 email. They should have sent you an email from the embassy telling you how to schedule the visa interview, how to pay the visa fee. You should have gotten an email telling you how to do that. I got an email from the embassy in Bogota. They said, boom, here's your packet 3, packet 4 email. Click here. Boom, I clicked on there. It took me to travel docs. I went to travel docs and I looked for Colombia. I clicked on Colombia. Boom, I paid the visa fee. I found one day open, November 16th, for a K-1 visa interview. There was only one slot left in November of 2023. I took it. And there was only one slot for biometrics. I took that. So where to go to get the date and pay the visa fee? In U.S. travel docs from the packet 3, packet 4 email. Jay Baxter, I'm sorry to hear about Tokyo, but I have good news. I'm glad. September 24th, she did her interview and she passed. I fly out November 18th and bring her to America on the 26th, landing in Dallas, Texas. Jay Baxter, Mountain Dew salute. Excellent news. She is waiting now for her visa package in Thailand, right in Bangkok, Thailand. They changed the post service. They will mail the visa package now and change their website all at the end of September. So they changed the process. Remember, every embassy around the world has their own way of doing business. The ambassador at the embassy in the Philippines runs this embassy the way he runs it. The ambassador at the U.S. Embassy in Colombia or Thailand, he or she runs that embassy the way they want to run it. That's how they do it. The ambassador runs everything. So every embassy, although basically the same around the world, there's a few differences sometimes. That's good news. Chris and Emma, mine will be flying to Jackson, Mississippi. Okay. November 7th. Fiance. Okay. So Jackson, Mississippi. So you're going to mail your green card application to Elgin, Illinois. I believe if you're in Jackson, Mississippi, hold on. If you're in Jackson, Mississippi, then the green card application is going to go to Elgin, Elgin, Illinois. That's where it's going to go. And right here, when I had submitted Karina's when I had filed for her K-1 visa application, they sent me this email. This is the place where we pick up her documents, right here. Document delivery location. They sent me an email. Then I printed it. Boom. Let me see. Kristen Emma, it says that she can pay. She filled it out 2 days ago. Okay, so she submitted the DS-160. Now pay the visa fee. It's $265. Pay the visa fee, and then you can schedule you can get all the rest of it done. Amol Khan, my K1 visa case just sent to the Islamabad embassy. What should I do now after filing the DS-160? Well, you don't do anything until you get the ready status from the consulate in Islamabad in Pakistan. So when you get the ready status from the embassy, what I would do did you get an in-transit status? That's what I think you got, right? An in-transit status. If you got an in-transit status, then wait for the ready status, but send an email to Islamabad and they will tell you when you can start processing. I mean, if you can submit the DS-160, but it's only good, it's a bit early. Wait till you get to the next step. Chris and Emil, select immigration. You select immigration, correct. Immigrant visa. Let me see. You're going to, Amol Khan, you're going to fill out the DS-160 tomorrow. It's kind of early. You're still early. Wait a little bit. Wait a bit longer. Jay Baxter, we had to fill out a new delivery form and have to pay, I believe, 370 baht to have it delivered. Now using DHL instead. DHL is global. USCIS immigration use DHL pretty much. They have a contract with the company, I believe. Instead of Thailand post office, don't use the Thai post office. Okay, that's a little over $12. I'm just excited. Well, let's give you a Mountain Dew salute. DHL will protect that documentation. I mean, I don't even use the U.S. Postal Service for anything that's immigration related. I used UPS because UPS is right down the street. I used the closest courier service. Amol Khan, it's early. Yeah, you're still early. You just wait till you get the embassy's not ready for you. I mean, you can submit the DS-160 if you want, but it's kind of early. They may not. They'll look at it and go, well, who's this for? Because your package hasn't arrived in Pakistan yet. When it gets to the embassy in Pakistan, the embassy will have it, and then they'll know what your DS-160 is all about. But right now, they won't have a clue. If it's on the way, if it's in an airplane flying to Pakistan, if you submit the DS-160, they're going to look for your case, but they won't know where it is because they haven't got it yet. Wait till they get it. Wait till you get the ready status and then go ahead and knock it out. And Chris and Emil, select immigration. Yeah. It's an immigrant visa is what you're applying for. Technically, it's a non-immigrant visa at the embassy level, and it's an immigrant visa once you get to America. But treat it as an immigrant visa, okay? And then you can go to US Travel Docs. Once you've paid the visa fee, you can go to US Travel Docs and then schedule the interview if there's a day available. Because what you're going to do is you're going to look for an available slot. And then when you find an available slot, then you can select it and take that day. Amol Khan, my fiance received an email that my case is sent to the Islamabad embassy. Okay, that's good. But did the Islamabad embassy contact you and say they received it? Has the embassy in Islamabad sent an email saying, we have your K1 visa package here? That's what you're waiting for, the ready status. Because if you start sending a DS-160 to the embassy in Pakistan, and your K1 visa package is in an airplane flying over Nairobi, Kenya, they open up the DS-160, they're gonna look for your K1 visa application, but they won't have it. Wait till it gets to the embassy, okay? Take it easy, slow down, don't be in a big rush. Jay Baxter, when she arrives in the United States, in America, we will get married, wait 1 or 2 months, and file for the green card. That's correct. When does she file for her social security number and change her name? Well, she can change her name on page 1 of Form 485 of the application to adjust status, okay? So let me go over it with you right here. This is easy, okay? Let me see, that's the change of address. Okay, this is form. That's the affidavit of support. This is the 485. Now, on page 1 of the 485, there's a question. What you need to do is look up USCIS form 485 tomorrow or tonight. On page 1, it says, what is your current legal name? What is your wife's current legal name? Well, let's take Karina as an example. So let me, if I can find that page for you, right here. Let me show you. This is page 1. All right. Right here, they ask you, what is your current legal name? Let's take Karina as an example. Karina, that is last name, Ross, Karina, middle name. That's her name right now. This is page 1, Ross, Karina, middle name. This is where you changed your wife's last name to your name, Mr. Sponsor. On page 1 of the 485, the next question is asked is, other names you have used since birth. Well, what other names has she used? Well, Karina was maiden name, Karina, middle name, which was the name that matches her passport, which was included in the green card application. So right here, she changed her name to Karina Ross, and right here is where she identified herself as the K-1 visa applicant with her maiden name, which matches up with the K-1 visa. Now, you mentioned a social security card. On page 2 of the form 485, right here, you can have Homeland Security apply for the social security card. It says here, has the Social Security Administration ever officially issued a social security card to you? You put no. And then question 15 is NA. Then question 16 says, do you want the Social Security Administration to issue you a social security card? You put yes. Then you go to number 17, you go to consent for disclosure. You put yes. If you do that, what I just said, your wife's green card will come in the mail with your last name, Mr. Sponsor, and she will get her social security card from the Social Security Administration, mailed from Baltimore, Maryland, with her married name on it. That's how you do it. If you don't mind waiting for the Social Security card. Do you understand what I just said there? Do you get what I just said? Chris and Emma, where to find the what? The DOS case ID department. Where to find the Department of State case ID number? It should have come in an email to you. Case number should all be in an email somewhere in your emails. Maybe it went to spam. You got it, Chris and Emma? You got it? Amel Khan. Okay, no worries. Jay Baxter, you understand, right? On page 1 of the adjustment of status form 485, that's where your wife will change her last name to your last name. And on page 2 of the 485 is where you apply for the Social Security card through the Homeland Security folks. You got it? K Messenger, hello Diego, sorry to hear about your cat. Yeah, it was sad. Give Karina my condolences. She's watching the live stream from the bed. She's laying down. She's not doing well. She's very sad. I have been outside the country for the last few weeks. God bless you guys. Did not join from the beginning. What happened to Tokyo? Well, Tokyo used to go play with his new buddy Rambo in the back garden. And Tokyo went out in the back garden, and apparently he must have eaten some flowers that were poisonous to cats. Because Tokyo would eat the grass, and the grass would clean out his stomach, and he'd spit up the grass, and he's get the centipede lawn out there. And so he apparently ate something, a flower that was toxic, which got into his bloodstream, which got into his pancreas. So he became toxic. His blood was not creating platelets anymore. So I took him after 3 days of him just doing nothing but laying down. When he wouldn't eat for 3 days, he wouldn't sleep, he wouldn't drink water. We took him to the vets, and the vet said that Tokyo is on his last legs. He maybe got a week. You can bring him home and give him medicine, or we can put him in the hospital. I said, no, he's hurting. I want him to go to Camp Heaven right now. I had to make that decision. It's a hard decision to make, but I had to make that decision. Karina couldn't make that decision. It was too hard for her. I made the decision to put Tokyo down and send him to heaven. It was tough, guys. Let me see. Jay Baxter, so on her marriage certificate, we put the name she wants it to be. No, you don't touch the marriage certificate. Listen, Jay Baxter, you didn't listen to anything I said. On page 1 of the 485, right here, what is your current legal name? What is your wife's current legal name? Well, my wife's current legal name is Ross Karina, middle name. What other names have you used, Karina? Well, in the past, I was maiden name, Karina, middle name. That was it. So on page 1 of the 485, you change your wife's last name. She does. She changes her last name to your last name, Mr. Sponsor. You don't touch the marriage certificate. That is a legal document you cannot change. If you doctor it or if you change it, it becomes a document that is no longer legal. Our marriage certificate, when we got married, our marriage certificate had Karina and her maiden name on it. It wasn't Karina Ross, it was Karina and her maiden name on the marriage certificate. When we filed for the green card, we changed her last name legally on page 1. USCIS Form I-485 is a legal U.S. government document where you can change your wife's last name to your last name, Mr. Sponsor. You do it right here on page 1. You got it? Do not touch the marriage certificate. You submit the marriage certificate as it was given to you from the courthouse. The courthouse gets the marriage certificate, okay, with your wife's maiden name on it, and they scan it and they upload it into the government database where Uncle Sam can see it if he wants to. It's public record. Unless you live in California, you can make it private. But that's the marriage certificate's going to have your wife's maiden name on it. You change the last name on the adjustment of status paperwork. The 484, put her current legal name. The 484 is the affidavit of support. You fill out the 484. Hold on a second. So Tokyo, K Messenger, Tokyo ate some flowers in the yard that made him sick. And on September 30th, he was hanging on for dear life for 3 or 4. On the 4th day, he was hanging in there. And I took him to the vets and put him down. I told the doctor, I said, he needs to go to Camp Heaven. And she agreed. The doctor agreed. And Karina she's still sad. Let's see here. So on her marriage certificate, she puts the name she wants it to be. No. On her marriage certificate, it's going to be her maiden name. On page 1 of 485 is where you change the last name. It's a legal document. Form 485, USCIS Form I-485 is the document you use to change your wife's last name. I'm glad you got it, Jay Baxter. Estelle Lemagum. Hey, Diego, I'm still waiting for my welcome letter. It's taking so long. Case was approved in July 2024. I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute for your case getting approved. July, August, September. So it's 2 months. Okay. Give it another couple of weeks. You're close. Chris and Emil, DOS number starts with AA. What is K1FTP? K1FTP is the email from the embassy telling you how to file and pay for the visa application, for the interview. The K1FTP email is from the embassy telling you where to click on the links to pay the visa fee, to go to US Travel Docs, look for the country, Go into there. Once you've paid the visa fee, you can then see a calendar and schedule the visa interview and the biometrics. The DOS number starts with AA. It's a case number. It's a case number. It's gonna like Colombia. It was BOG for Bogota. I don't know what AA is. J. Baxter, on page 1 of the 484, put her current legal name. On page 1 of the 484, that's the affidavit of support. Right? The affidavit of support. Let's take a look. Let's make sure you don't mess this up, okay? I gotta see if I even have one of those. I thought I did. So we don't make you get into a problem with immigration. 864, 484, 864. 484, it's an 864. On page 1 of the 484, no, on page 1, it's a 485. On page 1 of the 485, you put her current legal name. You understand that? But when we get married on the form, she fills out for her marriage, she puts my last name on it, or her own. She puts her maiden name. The marriage certificate will have her maiden name because you're not married yet. When you get married, okay, you get the marriage license. Once you get married, then you can use the page 1 of the 485 and change her last name. You don't change it on the marriage certificate. The marriage certificate is going to have her maiden name on it. Okay? Come on now. You got this. J. Baxter. You got it, right? When we get married, on the form, she fills out her marriage. She puts my last name. No, she puts her maiden name because you're not married yet. You're not married. When you fill out the marriage certificate, okay? When you fill out the marriage certificate, the pastor or the imam or whoever is marrying you, the government official, the wedding officiant, whoever is going to sign the document. The government's going to fill out the marriage certificate. J. Baxter, I figured it out, okay? I got you covered, right? I answered your question. You got it. It's easy. Karina's marriage certificate is Karina maiden name. Karina's green card is Karina Ross. Well, how did she go from Karina maiden name to Karina Ross? Because on page 1 of the 485, she changed her name. This is a legal government document right here. Everything you're doing with immigration is a legal document. It can come back and bite you if you don't do it properly. Okay? You got to make sure you fill out the paperwork properly. Don't make any mistakes. Don't make any errors. Don't get your passport numbers transposed. Don't mess up the date of birth. In some countries around the world, like in Colombia, the date of birth is backwards. Okay, the dates are reversed, not the year, the month, and the year. The day and the month get reversed in Colombia. In some countries, like in England, also. When you get to the United States, you got to make sure you fill out the date properly for her date of birth or his. The American way. If you do it the European way, you could have an error on your green card application. So be careful when you fill out dates of birth. How do you write your date of birth in the United States? Somebody write down in the comments here, how do you write your date of birth once you get to the United States? You got it. Okay, Jay Baxter, you got it. I'll give you Jay Baxter gets a Mountain Dew salute because he's top of the class today. Now, Francois Livingston, she's always on the channel, right? Every day. Every time I do a live stream with Karina, she's on the channel. Well, right now she's in the United Arab Emirates with her future husband, her fiance, Hamid. She went to her visa interview with Hamid. They had to do a repeat interview. Hamid went to his K-1 visa interview, and they gave him a 221G because Hamid told the immigration officer, well, my fiance, Francois, is flying out to the United Arab Emirates. She will be here in a couple of days. And the immigration officer said, great, I want to speak to her. So they went back for a repeat immigration interview at the UAE in Abu Dhabi. He got his visa approved, just like I said he would. If he listened to me, if he did what I told him to do, which he did, he got his visa approved. And on October 8th, which is in next week, Francois and Hamid will be flying to New York City from the UAE, getting ready with the K1 visa in his passport. Bawan BLS Official. I like that name. Bawan BLS Official. Hi, Diego. Hope everything is going well for you and your wife. We're good. I'm in the Dominican Republic. I have letter from Department of State, and my case is ready. But me and my fiance and I are still waiting for the letter from the embassy. Okay. You're on. You get a Mountain Dew salute. You're right there at the finish line. You're almost there. Good job. Good job. You're almost there. Ruben Torres. Hi, Diego and Karina. Blessings from Naples, Florida. We hope you're good down there after these freaking hurricanes. I'm a little bit confused about the green card process. We sent the adjustment of status April 15th. We start with 3 months, then 4 months. Well, it's going to take about 9 months at a minimum to get a green card right now. Not 16 months. It's going to take about 9 months. Jay Baxter, you got it. Month, day, year. There you go. In the United States of America, when you fill out your wife's date of birth on any paperwork, it's going to be month, day, year. In Colombia, it's day, month, year. In the United States, it's month, day, year. So don't get mixed up. Don't get confused. Okay? Remember, you're in the United States, you're going to do things the American way now. But Jay Baxter, you nailed it. Top of the class. So good job to Bullhorn BLS Official. Everything's good here. Glad you're doing good. I'm glad you made it to the Dominican Republic. I hope the weather's nice. There's some bad weather churning up down there in the Caribbean. So hopefully we don't get another freaking hurricane coming this way. We had a hurricane come up this way, and then it turned. So then it went and hit Tallahassee, wiped out a bunch of towns in Florida. There were some beach towns in Florida that no longer exist anymore because the hurricane wiped them out. It's horrible. And Karina's like, this town doesn't exist anymore. I said, no, it's been wiped out. She said, what if it hit here? I said, I don't know. Who knows what could have happened if it hit here? I don't want to think about it. I'm just praying for those folks that got hurt, who are dead, got killed, missing family members. Where's the U.S. government? Where's FEMA? Why isn't FEMA helping these people? Ruben Torres, hi Diego and Karina, blessings from Naples, Florida. Yeah, it's still a ways to go for the green card, okay? BLS Official, do you think the embassy is still busy? Because we have a 4-month waiting. Every embassy is busy around the world. The busiest embassies is Colombia. The Philippines is pretty busy. Ghana's slow. I don't know why. But Colombia is busy because they're handling visas from Curacao, Venezuela, tourist visas. The waiting list for a tourist visa at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia is over 700 days. What's that, 2 years? There's a 2-year waiting list to get a freaking tourist visa to go from Colombia to the United States. Can you imagine waiting 2 years for your tourist visa? You go in front of the visa officer and do the interview, and they say, no, I'm sorry, we're not going to issue you the visa. You paid the $265, you waited 2 years, and they tell you no. Be ready for that. For tourists, I'm not talking K1s. Just tourist visas. Tourist visas are hard to get in Colombia. Is the embassy busy? BLS Official? Yes, they're busy. They're busy. We have 4 months of waiting. I don't know. Chris and Emil, document number is MLN 202, right? Or MLN would be for Manila. Manila would be MNL would be Manila. Is your case in the Philippines? I thought you were in Thailand. MNL is identification for Manila. I don't know where you get the MNL 202. Where'd you get that from? But don't write that whole number out on the freaking on the live stream. Don't. It's a private number. But MNL, I believe, is Manila because BOG is Bogota. Any communication I got, case numbers and stuff for the embassy in Colombia, it came as BOG and then the number. A Mountain Dew salute for Tokyo, our cat, who passed away on September 30th. MNL is Manila. So that's what I said. I said it was Manila, right? So that's identifying, yeah, that's the number. That's identifying the country and the embassy. So the U.S. Embassy in Manila, Philippines. That's what it's identifying it. 202. It's 8 numbers, right? That's it. That's it right there. That's the number right there. But don't write it out on the freaking live stream. All right? So today we help folks understand the Social Security number process. All right, Chris and Emma, I'm just putting it out there. Okay, I know you know, but I gotta say you know. I gotta say that for you YouTube. Okay. I'm sorry that Karina is not here. Karina's sorry she's not here on the live stream tonight, but she's very sad about Tokyo, our cat. She couldn't possibly sit through a live stream knowing that in the past Tokyo was sitting right there waiting for us to get over with the live stream. She couldn't deal with it. So Saturday she should be able to be back on the live stream. Abduli Jallo. Hi Diego, greetings to you, watching you from the United Arab Emirates, our beautiful friends in the UAE. How long will it take for USAS to approve your K1 visa application? Well, it depends. From when? From what stage in the process are you at? Where are you at in the process? Did you get an NOA-1 letter? Did you get an NOA-2 letter? The NOA-1 letter, the Notice of Action Letter 1 to the Notice of Action Letter 2 is about 6 months, 9 months max, 6 months, 6 to 9 months. From the NOA-2 to the MVC welcome letter is like 3 to 4 months. It all depends on how busy the embassy is. And then you get the in transit status and the ready status from the embassy. The UAE will take probably total processing from NOA-1 to the K1 visa and the passport will be about 13 months, the total processing. But I know in the UAE it's very hot, right, Abdullah Jallo? It's very hot in the UAE right now. So stay hydrated, drink lots of water, and stay inside because it's hot outside. I mean, it's like burning hot. It's like an oven, right? So I've been talking for almost an hour, guys. I'm going to go check on Karina. She's sorry she couldn't make it for the live stream. I said, you're not sitting on the live stream today. No way, Jose. You're going to relax. You can relax and watch the live stream from the phone, from the TV, whatever. But she's not up to doing the live stream. But Saturday, hopefully she'll be back and good to go. Thanks for watching, everybody. To our friends in Venezuela, we send you our best wishes. I'm sorry about the fact that that government there is a fraud. It's a horrible government. Maduro's a fraud. He's a criminal. And Senator Rubio and Senator Rick Scott have tried to up the bounty on his head to $100 million. So if you're watching us from the Venezuela, hopefully that bounty will go to $100 million to our Venezuelan friends. Don't miss an opportunity for that bounty. $100 million would help a lot of people in Venezuela, right? Right? Don't be scared of that little communist dictator. Do what you got to do to get your country back. Chris and I will see you soon. Eugene, Bence, Octavio, Diego, thanks for your help. We submitted our green card application yesterday, October 1. Eugene gets the last word. Congratulations, Eugene. Give you a Mountain Dew salute. I got a little bit of Mountain Dew. And I'm used to saying Tokyo was outside playing or he's down by the door. but I can't say that anymore because he's in heaven. So we'll see ya on Saturday, the next live stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate your time.